sync with whatever we are doing. So
Whatever this is.
let's rank the we're gonna rank the bosses of the original Legend of Zelda.
Some great bosses.
It's
A
yeah,
few great ones.
a few great ones. Yeah, I was thinking that we should do um each one individually, not as a whole. Like not Aquamantis, like separated by appearance in every dungeon.
Okay.
So
So like
yes, Aquamantis
there's
1 and 2 are different.
okay. So
So
there's like Goma and then Blue Goma.
yeah, we can also count their mini boss appearances for
Yeah.
why not. So
Dodongo and Triple Dodongo.
yes, the Dongo and triple the Dongo. I just went to Google and typed in level 1, which didn't give me the answer I
Yeah.
wanted. Let's see what comes up here. So let's start with level 1. We only got one our guy Aquamantis here.
I like Aquamantis.
I like him.
Oh, nice, Judy. I didn't know you were still here too.
Yeah, I'm listening in.
Okay, you can affect the rankings as well.
Okay.
If you have any strong
That's
feelings.
enthusiastic. Okay.
Oh, hold on. Aquamantis.
Aquamantis 1.
You know what? There's a B column for a reason, right? For what level they're in. Any other words for Aquamantis? It's kind of a good. I think I said in my dungeon video that it's a pretty solid first
Yeah.
fight.
He's
Starting with
iconic.
basic.
There's enough challenge there.
I watched my niece when she was like 6 or 7 beat him, and I was like, okay, you know.
Something that I really like about Aquamantis is that like he's the first boss in the first game and then literally never again. After the first game, it's like no more Aquamantis.
What?
Sorry.
No, he's in Oracle of Seasons, right?
Oh, yep. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
it. They threw him a bone
Because
there.
Oracle of Seasons, they reuse like 6 of the bosses. Yeah,
They ought to bring him back though. I will say.
I want to see like
Breath
a
of the Wild
3D
too.
representation of Aquamantis.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, level 2. I think we just got the Dodongo here, right?
Good old Dongo.
Yeah, there's just how many times was Wizrobe in Majora's Mask? Yeah, that's true. Wizrobe got more love in Majora's Mask than than Aquamantis gets in the whole series.
Yeah. That's a crying shame.
All right, okay. So Dodongo, it's kind of an iconic boss from the series. Definitely gets a lot more love. Is in more than just this and Oracle of Seasons. And right out the gate, I guess it's kind of they kind of established the whole convention to fighting Dodongo like in this very first game.
Yeah,
If it
that's
ain't-
true.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
I think I like fighting Aquamantis more than Dodongo, but I love the Dodongo hint. I can't not say that I love Dodongo dislikes smoke.
Oh, true. We gotta consider that.
Yeah.
That
Gotta
definitely
put
has
it
to
into
play into it.
context.
Yeah. I think the Aquamantis fight, it's pretty basic, but it shouldn't be more complicated than it is. I don't think, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, I do think that the Dodongo, it can be not fun if you run out of bombs. I guess you can say that.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't consider Wizrobe to be that to be love. Yeah, Aquamantis is an action fight, while Dodongo is a puzzle fight.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Dodongo is not very threatening, but neither is Aquamantis, I guess.
He at
They
least
both just
like
kind of stand there.
Aquamantis shoots fireballs at you.
Yeah, Dodongo just walks around.
He is walking. There really isn't any reason to believe that Dodongo is causing anyone harm.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing that you just kind of walk into his room, feed him a bomb, and then leave.
I think just for that I would put Aquamantis above.
I'm on board for
I
that.
like the fight more and he's
Damn.
more threatening. Judy,
Yeah.
you're okay with that?
Yep, I'm good with it.
Okay, cool. Dodongo. Even though he dislikes smoke. I still think it's possible for Dodongo to be ranked above an Aquamantis.
That's fair.
So there's still time for it. All right, level 3. Is that Gliac?
And handler.
Oh yeah, Gliac's not till 5?
Level.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Manhandla, yeah, okay. This is a cool boss, actually.
Yeah, I like Manhandla a lot.
I like there's different strategies. You
Yeah,
know, try to drop the bomb right in the middle or use the sword.
yeah. One
Good
well-placed
action, whatever
bomb
way
is
you
enough
go.
to take 'em out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, different phases, you could say, like with the
That's
speeding
true.
up.
This is technically the introduction of that, I guess.
What else? What else has a Manhandle appeared in other than Oracle of Seasons? I can think of, oh, like Four Swords Adventures. You have the
Yeah.
different colored ones. Hyrule Warriors. Not one that I feel like has shown up a lot, right?
I don't think so.
Which I feel like there's, I mean, we kind of see a little bit of it in Four Swords Adventures. You see like
He's
a different
cool.
concept. I think you could. I think there's other concepts you could explore with Manhandle.
Yeah, I think it's just those for main appearances. I think it's just those three: Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, and Four Swords Adventures.
Mm.
But even just for those, yeah, I'd say he's still pretty memorable.
Yeah, but of course we're just gonna rank them in the context of this game. But
Yeah.
it's good to. We are ranking Legend of Zelda bosses, just from the first game. I wish there was a way I could indicate that, but I think this is fine. What do we think about Manhandla on this list? I think we've already made it kind of a case that there's a lot more going on than any of the bosses.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
my swing is Manhandle at number 1 right now.
Totally agree.
All right, you have a consensus.
Good, good.
I spelled it correctly. All right, what's level 4?
We've got Gliac.
Yeah, I think Gliac is level 4.
Okay. I'm mostly checking online to see like who else comes back as like the mini bosses, but I don't
Yeah.
think we really have that yet. All right, Gliac. Gliac,
Like Gliac.
I love Gliac. The two-headed Gliac. Okay. Gliac is
I'm a fan of two-headed Gliac,
Yeah.
especially Phantom Hourglass. I like when he reappears there.
he I mean, he's more similar to Aquamantis in that he's not mobile. He's just kind of standing there. But when the heads come
The
off, they
heads,
move around.
yeah.
Yeah. Talk
I'm
about
a big Gliac fan.
yeah, talk about extra phases, you know? Like that kind of is a more distinct different phase to me other than just like it starts moving faster is that like now there's a different thing you have to look out for.
Yeah.
Gliac.
I always felt like Gliac and just level 4 in general was kind of like a pretty noticeable step up in difficulty.
Yeah, you
for
got
the
the dark
game.
nuts in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first Dark Knot dungeon. And Gliac is just even though he's not you're right, he kind of just stands there at the other side of the room. Yeah, I feel like he's a very menacing presence. He's very imposing.
Yeah, there's always, or not always, lately there's been the discussion, the boss discussion of like how the 2D boss or the 2D bosses can't feel as like grand, and I don't even agree with that. I actually think there's plenty of 2D bosses who are like, it's like you're in a room and they're most of the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. That's pretty scary.
then there are bosses bigger than Gliac, but I feel like he's pretty imposing.
Hmm.
Also in Oracle of Seasons, not enough Gliac in the series.
No, we
Yeah,
need more.
Onyx is pretty big. Gliac is good in the cartoon. The
Gliac's
different.
in Phantom Hourglass too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Great boss in Phantom Hourglass.
Great bosses in
I
that
like
game.
it.
Gliac in the cartoon, like the heads have like different personalities or whatever, and they argue.
Oh, that's great.
There's a great scene involving them. So I personally like Gliac the best out of what we've got so far. What do you think?
I totally agree.
Wow.
This is easy.
Gliac's up there. I'm a big Gliac fan.
No arguments yet. All right. Look at this. All right, level 5.
Ooh, who's
Is that Goma? No, Goma's 6.
big circle guy?
Dig
What do you call him? What do
Dogger.
you call him? What do you call him?
Dogger, yep.
Dig Dogger reminds me of he dislikes certain kind of sounds. He reminds me a lot of Dodongo for that reason, because you got like the very specific hint, the very specific way to beat him. Though I guess there's a couple different strategies, but you know that first phase is literally just use the item.
Yeah.
Make him small.
But then the second phase, in the first time you fight him, he split into multiple pieces, right?
That's what I was just gonna ask. I don't remember if that's a later rematch thing or if that's the first time around.
Mm, I think Palamer probably knows, right? But I let's do some research here. Okay, it just makes. Okay, well, according to what I'm reading, it just shrinks him, and then in level 7, he splits into 3 smaller versions.
I think before he splits into smaller versions, his fight is kind of a little lackluster.
Yeah, it is satisfying if you can like place the bomb right and then play the thing. And
Yeah, and time it right so you can just take him out.
Zeldrath, we are ranking the bosses in The Legend of Zelda. And I don't know, if we still have time, we'll just keep going until Moss wakes up. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think he's definitely somewhere in the bottom of the list.
Hmm.
I actually think it's a little bit more involved than Dodongo, honestly, but I guess with the Dongo you have to place more bombs correctly.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a trade-off because like even with the Dongo, like you just place bombs in his mouth, but at least you need to position them correctly. Whereas with Dig Dogger, it's just like get in the room and press the button and then stab him. And I don't really know which one is more compelling.
Judy?
I like Aquamantis better.
Oh, he's definitely
Yeah,
worse than
I
Aquaman.
think
down
I think
with that.
he's above the Dongo, but below Aquamantis.
Hmm. Okay, I could be okay with that.
I would be okay with that too.
Yeah, Dodongo does have the strategy where you place the bomb and stun him and then hit him with the sword. But
Mhm.
that's still not, you don't really know that.
That's the unintended strat, right?
Yeah, so is placing the bomb kind of, and
Oh yeah.
but whatever. I mean, that's cool that they have the pro strats. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think I could place Dig Dogger there. You can't run out of the flute, you know.
Yeah. Not enough flute, sorry.
So we're gonna go above Dodongo.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to Aquamantis in level 7. You're kind of right about that, but we're in level 5. Alright, no mini bosses, right? Actually, no, we do. The Dongos.
Wait, Dodongos is immediately level 5 or level 6?
I think level 5 has the Dongos, right?
I don't know.
Let me check.
Yeah.
I think there's room with 3 Dodongos, which already I think is above 1 Dodongo, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, there is 3 Dodongos. So we're gonna rank those.
Each one.
No, they could be a
Dodongo.
unit. They're a package deal, for sure. So I don't know. Are the 3 Dodongos here? I guess they weren't memorable, but I think it is a step up from, 1 Dodongo. It's at least a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
Though the bomb issue is still present, but
Yeah.
you're at least free to leave and come back.
Yeah. And you should have more bombs at this point, so it becomes more of just like you got to manage your items properly. There's a little bit higher stakes because you got to actually look out where you're walking.
The question is, okay, so is it above Dodongo, the first Dodongo, you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it above Dig Dogger?
I think I would put it above Dig Dogger because I still feel like Dig Dogger's fight isn't. There's not much going on there.
Yeah. You probably at least too want to be more strategic. Maybe you want to try doing the bomb stun so you can save some of your bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it above Aquamantis?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna say
okay.
yeah. I might be controversial. I'm saying yeah.
I'm kind of mixed on it. The Aquamantis fight is way simpler, but I just think it's a great, first fight.
I don't think I would put Triple Dodongo above Manhandla, but I'm split on whether it's above or below Aquamantis. So I'll let you two figure that out because I could go either way.
Oh wow.
I'm saying above. Definitely above.
If I had to go, I would say below.
Right,
Because
you're gonna have to break this tie.
Oh boy.
I'm
All right.
I'm not hot on, like, I love the concept of the Dongo fight, but I'm not like crazy about it. I know the Aquamantis fight is very simple, but it's the first boss, I don't know. I think that's acceptable.
It's context appropriate.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go Triple Dodongo below Aquamantis. Just
Sorry, Judy.
sorry, Judy. It's pretty much just for the reason that Aquamantis is at least unique enough to be his own thing, whereas with Triple Dodongos they just had to put 2 more Dodongos in there.
I'll also say
What's better than 1 Dodongo? 3 Dodongos.
It's true.
It's not just going to be a matter of we outvoted you. If you felt really passionate about it, you could make.
I'm not that passionate about it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Judy loves Triple Dodongo.
You didn't even know this was gonna happen, so I would love. We're gonna write Triple Dodongo. That's level 5 as well. All right, that's all for. Oh, the speed runs are still happening. Massi's is taking a little nap because he's tired. He will be back in a half hour. There was a mini. Oh, did we skip a Manhandla in level 4?
Uh-oh.
I don't think we did. Let's go back to level 4.
Is there?
This is a very Isn't Manhandla immediately comes back and in the snake?
Good
Oh,
dungeon.
yep. That's okay. You can skip this manhandler, but it's a blue manhandler. Is the first manhandler a red one, or is it also blue?
I think it's blue. I think they're all blue.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay.
So what is the difference?
That's a good question. It's the same fight. Okay. It's the same fight, but it's a mini boss in the next dungeon, which I think is cool. This is the original Legend of Zelda we're talking about here. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, it's less cool than the 4 more blocks in its room. I'm looking at the pic. Yeah, there's some blocks making it a little harder. That's kind of cool.
Level 4 manhandler. Let me take a look.
Yeah, or if you just pull up the snake walkthrough on
Yeah.
Zelda Dungeon, you get the whole map. I guess I could just be looking at the map. That's kind of cool too, huh? Yeah, K-Dog. This is just a nice little time filler here. I don't know. Do we like the blocks? In the original Manhandle fight, does it have the thing shooting fireballs as well?
No, it's just an empty room. But something else that I want to mention, and this kind of ties into when we analyze this dungeon, is that for the most part, this dungeon is pretty linear up to, it kind of guides you up to this mini boss fight, unless you know where to place some bombs
Right.
to get into that rupee room.
Right.
And I kind of like that, to be honest.
I think this I think this Manhandle fight, I usually skip it obviously, but I think in the context of this dungeon it works really well.
Yeah.
And it goes right before that the hint, the old man hint. So I don't know, is it feels kind of bad to be like to like immediately reuse the boss to then
That's
also
true.
be like, oh, we ranked it, to rank it just as high. Like, does it lose points for not being original?
Maybe a little bit.
K-Dog,
They do.
we also got Corey and Judy here.
Hello.
Hi.
Corey, what was your point you were gonna make?
I think they do, like, Manhandler, you can't really put multiple of them in one room. That'd be a little too hectic.
No.
So I think they do enough to try and change the dynamic of the fight. With the blocks, it just limits your mobility a lot, and then you also got to worry about the fireballs.
Yeah.
I feel like it does change the dynamic of the fight enough, but I agree that there is a downside to using the dungeon boss of the previous dungeon immediately.
Yeah.
So there's positives and negatives to them.
So I'd be willing. Let's see. I'd say definitely it doesn't have the newness factor of the original Manhandler, right? Palmer says right below Manhandler 1.
I think I would be okay with that. I was even grappling with maybe putting it above Manhandler 1, but I could see why that would be controversial.
What do you think, Judy?
I think below Manhandler 1.
Okay.
They're just too close. I mean, the only difference is your mobility. I prefer the newness of Manhandler 1.
I think it's a better fight than Aquamantis, though, still.
I'd agree with that.
It's...
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. I think we've got some consensus here. Alright, from now on I'm looking at the map of the dungeon so I don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Pull out your dragon maps. We're going to level 6.
This is a great one.
Alright, what do we got? This map's actually... Well, we got another Gliac. That's the mini boss, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Let's start with that. The reused Gliac. He's got 3
I feel like
heads.
we're missing one. Are we not missing one? Who are we missing?
Let's see, we did level 5.
Goma?
Oh, that's
Goma?
in this
Goma's
dungeon.
the boss of level 6. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get to
Oh.
Goma for sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the 3-headed Gliac fight is much harder. Relatively to like you're a little bit more strong. Maybe you have a better sword. I don't know. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know if it's like a big. It kind of isn't enough of a change for me to make it that much more exciting.
That's
Give
fair.
me more of a challenge, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree. I think the extra head bumps up the challenge a little bit. This also going off of what I was saying for Manhandla in the last dungeon. I think functionally this works well as a mini boss too. Basically, just for where it's put in the dungeon. It's
Sure.
even more so like the dungeon is totally linear. No. Does it force you to go up there?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, because
You could avoid it, I think.
there's one optional bomb where you can get kind of around it. But if you don't know that's there, it's the same thing where it guides you up to the corner, you get a mini boss, and then you basically unlock the second half of the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's cool.
I think with the same argument that we used with Manhandla, I think it already goes below Gliac, the first one. I actually think the first one is harder
Okay.
because you have less stuff, and I don't think the head makes it too much harder. And I think it's not too much of a change. Like I would even put it below the Manhandlas.
Ooh,
I don't think I would do that.
I wouldn't either.
Hmm.
Is he dead? He challenged? Like, I would have actually put him above level 4 Gliac.
Wow.
So you'd put him at the top, Judy?
Yep.
Wow.
He did. He really challenged me. I really liked that battle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Goo. I think I'm leaning towards that as well. I'm a big fan. For me, Gliac's appearances just get better and better in this game.
Yeah.
I've never felt that way. I always the first Gliac, I'm always super careful, and then like the later ones, I'm just standing there going nuts on his head because I got, the upgrades and I've got the potion.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just,
guess it kind of just depends on that, on whether or not you have the upgrades.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going off like I've only ever played like this full thing through once. So I'm going off a complete new player's thoughts,
yeah, that's
which is
valid.
I
That's
found him
valid.
so
Yeah.
challenging.
If you guys feel strongly about it, I'll do it. I don't agree at all, but
One further note. This dungeon is called the Dragon, and the mini boss is a dragon. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
okay.
A nice little side note.
Yeah. So this dungeon is really more about Gliac than Goma. Not gonna lie.
Should have been
I
the
vote
final
top
boss.
spot.
Yeah. Top spot. God, I
Let's do it.
I don't agree.
Goo's very conflicted right now.
Yeah. I've forgotten how to. There we go. I was hovering over it. All right. Let's do. I don't like when it's too long.
Even the name is messing Goo up.
Could have just gone with Gliac, but I. All right. What is this? Level 6. Threeoc. Oh, that's better.
Threeoc.
All right. We'll go with that.
Also, Threeoc is better representative of his appearance in the animated show, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you the yeah, it's a more screen accurate for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about Goma, who I think sucks in this dungeon.
Per boss.
Interesting.
Uh,
Goma just takes one shot with the bow, right?
yeah, just
Yeah.
one shot. I think Goma would have been a good. The Goma taking more hits would have been a good level 1 dungeon where you get the bow if you just had arrows, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but here, like, you're where we've talked about how the dungeons are all this step up, you know, and then you get to this fight. I think it's the weakest boss in the whole game.
Whoa.
I would agree.
Like Dodongo takes
100%
more.
agree.
Wow. Hey, that's fair.
It's a per
It is
boss.
definitely underwhelming for the boss of level 6. Level 6 is a hard dungeon too, because this is when you
Right.
start getting the whiz robes.
I think the later Goma would have been maybe appropriate here, if not
Yeah.
even maybe the first dungeon actually. But this one,
Yeah, definitely only taking one hit, I think, is a letdown.
yeah.
It would have been a lot cooler even if he took like 3 hits or something.
Honestly, I'm just gonna. I can't accept it anywhere else but the
All
bottom.
right.
Actually, I'm looking at the walkthrough here. This is according to I'm gonna guess Moss, but Goma is one of the easiest bosses in the game. Yeah, not tough. Well, we'll see. We're definitely. I think we might just be doing Zelda 1 with the time here, but if we need to fill a little bit more time, we can throw in some Adventure of Link. All right, this is looking good here. Level 6 is like bookending the list.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, let's talk about the demon, which there's like a ton of mini bosses here, right? This one I might, looking at a map,
Who do we
might
got?
be too difficult. We've got like multiple dig doggers.
You got the Dongos, got 2 Dig Doggers, you got Aquamantis. Wait a minute. You have 2 triple Dodongos, 3 Dig Doggers, and 1 Aquamantis.
Okay,
What were they thinking in this dungeon?
they're like, this is we're getting to the end. Let's start throwing stuff at them.
Yeah.
All right, I would be willing to combine. There's 3 dig doggers. You want to? The rooms all look the same to me. I think we can
Yeah.
combine them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right, let's try doggers.
Try Doggers.
Just gonna get this ready for wherever. Now this is the fights here though are they split into 3. This is the one, so
Yeah, this is a step up.
this is a step
I-
up.
I would say triple Dig Doggers is better than triple Dodongos.
I agree.
That's
I would agree.
that's my benchmark. I think that's where I would start. And then we'll see from there.
I could see an argument for above Aquamantis. That it's a pretty basic boss. It's kind of holding the line there in the top 5,
Yeah.
but it's for good reason.
Try Doggers is definitely a more challenging fight than Aquamantis, but I don't know. I don't know if it's more fun or anything.
Hmm. This you also have the statue shooting fireballs. I think that's
Yeah.
actually in the original Dig Dogger fight too, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I think I'd like it better. It's about
Better than Aquamantis.
you're kind of doing a similar thing, like you're dodging projectiles but this now you have the 3 little guys that you don't want to get hit by.
Yeah, I like their pattern that they kind of just if you let them get away from each other, then it's like they're all over the place and it gets a little hectic.
So I could go above Aquamantis.
Yeah.
I would also go above Aquamantis.
Okay. Okay. Manhandla?
Yeah, I would.
Hmm. I'm not opposed to it.
Above Manhandla 4.
I
Not
think
above.
I might. I agree. I think I might go above the first manhandler, but not above the second manhandler.
Okay. What's stopping you? I'm not even a big
Like
Dig Dogger
Manhandla
fan.
better, just.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Somewhere around the manhandlers.
The Manhandla fight it's actually kind of similar to Dig Dogger,
Yeah.
but all the points are on the one spot. But hitting the three little guys isn't like it actually kind of makes it you don't have to like get to the other side of it. I feel like they're comparable, so I could see putting them right in the middle there.
Yeah, let's do that.
Try Doggers. All right, Try Doggers is out of the way. Who else? Who else are we looking at?
Are we redoing Triple the Dongos, but the level 7 version?
I don't feel like they're different.
No, they're not. In fact, the fact that they're in here 3 times after they were already brought back in a different dungeon, that just makes it even worse for me. It's not even like they're a boss anymore. They're like a regular dungeon enemy.
I'm kind of okay with that conceptually, but it's definitely less exciting.
Yeah.
These are big time bad. Wow. I would put it. I don't know if I would put them below Goma though. I just hate Goma.
To be fair, I think that you've seen them so much that they're boring in
Yeah.
comparison to Goma.
Okay.
And
Oh.
you need, what do you need? Is it 2 bombs or 3 bombs each? Per Dodongo.
2?
So either way, that's 18 bombs that you're wasting on these fools.
That's true. Though you can leave the room. At
Yeah.
least.
I think the fact that they show up so often is I think that just they don't even get a spot on this list anymore.
Wow.
For me, I would put them right at the bottom if they were to go on here.
Okay. I don't agree,
What do you think, Judy?
but
I totally think they should be below Goma at this point. I've had enough of
I'll
them.
accept the argument, you know. Yeah, 1 bomb if you know the trick, but that's still a lot of bombs.
Yeah.
And you need bombs pretty bad here, especially if you're
Oh yeah.
new. Oh yeah, and there's 2 of them. The rooms are different at least, but not enough to want to make me make another spot. What else we got for a mini boss? Is that it?
Do
I don't think the
land molas count?
or yeah, the land molas. No, because then we would have counted them in level 2, right?
Okay.
Unless we want to throw them in.
Well, they're in this dungeon 3 times.
Then we gotta. Okay, yeah. Let's throw in level 2 lamb molas first, and then we'll add these. Cause why not?
Sure.
Is it just yeah? There's just 2 of them, right? In level 2. How do you spell that? Is it like that? Is it lamolas?
I looked up the moon map. Surprisingly, I did not get the Legend of Zelda level 2 map.
You got a map of the moon.
Yes.
Sick. Level 2 Lamolas are better than Dodongo 1, Palomar says. Do we agree with that?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually kind of like land molas.
Yeah, they're
I like the
it's
concept.
kind of a basic. It's like actually not really a mini boss, but
Yeah.
I guess if we need, we can just start adding in regular enemies. But I think they stop there actually. Um, I think they stop before Dig Dogger. What do you think?
Hmm. They're not super exciting, but you kind of you kill them the same way as you kill a Dig Dogger. You just gotta well, I don't know. Do they get faster as they get less little
I
units?
don't think so.
No.
It is satisfying, similar to a lot of them. If you like, I think drop a bomb and get a lot of them.
Yeah. I'm okay putting it below Dig Dogger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no knockback. That's their kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get the level 7 Lamolas. Um, I mean, there's not much different about them, honestly. But
No.
we haven't seen them for a while. I mean, I'm not against them being
That's
here.
true.
They're kind of your basic enemy, but I'm not against it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't feel strongly about them either, though.
They're definitely not as good as regular land molas. Just because I don't like when I like when they bring back a boss as like a mini boss or something like that,
Hmm.
but I don't think I really like when they bring him back a bunch of times in one dungeon. Like I think 3 of any boss or mini boss in one dungeon is too much.
Mm.
At that point, it's not even a mini boss anymore, in my eyes.
Yeah. Well, it never really was, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're fine, and it's not a big to do to beat them either. So they're just kind of like there.
Yeah.
I still think they're better than, I don't know, Goma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll at least give the original Dodongo fight. You know, what do we think about that?
I'm okay with that.
All right, now let's talk about Aquamantis.
Level 7 Aquamantis.
I hate
Less
this.
effective.
I I hate this.
They didn't change the fight. You could kill him in like one hit, basically.
Yeah. He's a joke.
Um, yeah, I think this might be at the bottom.
Yeah.
I would even say Goma is probably better.
Just because you haven't seen it.
It's a different
Game.
experience, yeah.
I think I don't think the fight, the Aquamantis fight and Aquamantis himself, like, is cool enough, but the fact that they wasted the slot of the level 7 dungeon boss on Aquamantis, that's just too egregious.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would plop him right at the bottom.
Below Tridongos?
I think I would. I'm not saying the Tridongo's fight is better, but I think it's just too egregious for Aquamantis to be the full dungeon boss of level 7.
I'm not that opposed to Tridongos conceptually. I don't think they're like egregious. I think Aquamantis is very egregious.
Exactly. I'm more offended by Aquamantis level 7 than I am of the Tridongos.
At least you could ignore the Tridongos.
Yeah. Exactly. For some reason, Aquamantis is once again the boss that's protecting the Triforce in this dungeon. It's like, what are you doing here?
Judy, is that
That
reasonable?
works for me.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we've made a great point for the context argument,
Yeah.
where we have basic Aquamantis here, and then, yeah, this here. Yeah, I assume they had limited memory space, so they couldn't do
Yeah,
much. But I think
sure
they could have done something to make the fight different, right? Could they?
Well, you know what? They throw Patra in the last dungeon and not in any other dungeon, so they could have even just made Patra the boss of level 7.
Yeah, I do
I
like
think that would
saving
be
some
fine.
things for later, but I guess they
Yeah.
save two things for later.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're on level 8 now. We've got many manhandlas. And each room
They
is
just
a little different, right?
Yeah.
There's no, well, some have a statue shooting fireballs as well as manhandla.
Actually, two of them are just empty, other
Yeah.
than Manhandle.
Okay, I think the three handlas, we'll call them tri-handlas.
Hmm.
It's kind of got a similar thing to Tridongos, where it's kind of lost its luster,
I'd,
right?
I'd agree.
But it's not as bad. And Manhandle is a good fight.
Yeah, the fight itself is what's saving it, I think. Because every time you come up on a Manhandle, it's not just like, ugh, this guy again.
And we haven't seen a Manhandle since level 4.
That's true.
I'm thinking it already starts at below Manhandla, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see it going lower.
I think it's better than Lanmola's.
I agree with
Better than
that.
Big Dogger, actually.
Better than Dig Dogger.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
like
that too.
Manhandla.
Somewhere. I would say either below or above Triple Dodongo.
I think above. I just don't like Triple Dodongo that much.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, I
I
can agree with that.
Trihandle is above Triple Dodongo.
All right. Whoops, I didn't need to do that. I guess it goes to show that if you have a decent enough boss fight, you can reuse it.
Yeah.
This is technically like the third time we'll see it similar to Tridongos, but I don't know. It doesn't get old, I don't think. Okay, so we had the Manhandla, Blue Goma. We got multiple Blue
Blue Goma.
Gomas.
We got
Different.
we got the blue Goma Bros.
Yeah, there's one room with statues. We'll combine them, I think, just for the sake of the
Yeah.
list. But I like the Blue Goma fight. That's what I think the only disappointment is I think it's what the Goma fight should have been.
Do we know how many hits
I think
Blue Goma takes?
I think it's like 3, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, probably 3 hits. It's multiple hits, and I think 3 is probably a good number for a Zelda boss, right?
Yeah.
I
That's
already
that's
think
the go-to.
better than Goma, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I
I
like.
also like Goma Bros as well. I think they're kind of cool.
Okay, so I think better than Goma. I think better than Lamolas. I think better than
Con-
both the Lamolas, honestly.
I'd agree with that. Contextually,
Yeah.
I like that we haven't seen Goma since level 6, and when they bring him back, it's not like the same one but 3. It's an upgraded version, and there's only 2, so it's easier to think of them as like a pair than. For some reason, in my mind, it makes more sense that it's a pair of them
Hmm.
than if there were like 3 in the whole dungeon.
That's true. Yeah, I think I'd go. I think it's a better fight than Dig Dogger, maybe. And I'm not a fan of triple Dodongos in the first place.
Hmm.
And
I think I'm
what's that?
for me, I think I'm floating somewhere around 7, 8, and 9, somewhere around Trihandlas, Triple Dodongo, and Dig Dogger.
Like Trihandlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it better than Trihandlas because like we said, this is the third time we've seen it,
That's true.
and the fights aren't too evolved.
I think I would take a Manhandla fight over even a blue Goma fight, though.
Yeah.
I think it's still the same fight, just
Yeah.
2 more hits, which like that was definitely needed and definitely makes it a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. I could see it's like it's kind of the fight it should have been, you know.
Yeah.
I still think it's at least contextually different, like in a strong way compared to
Yeah.
the tri-handless, you know.
That's true.
My vote would be above tri-handless, but I could, you know, I could move on that.
Mine
I
is
think
below tri-handless. I just like the man-handler, tri-handler.
Okay.
Right.
Corey, how do you feel about it? I
Oh,
could go
no.
there.
Now I gotta split the camp. Um, I don't know. I think I might go below Trihandless.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put up a fight here.
I could have. That's the problem is I could have gone with either of those fine, but then you guys had to go and vote differently on me. So now I got to make a decision.
All right, for the boss, we've got 4 rock.
Four rock, quad rock.
I like quad rock. Or is it just quadock?
Quad rock.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. I again still feel similarly where this fight to me at this point with like the level 3 sword and all that stuff is just like not not difficult and not much harder.
How do you feel about this one, Judy?
By the time I got to our good old pal Quadrock, I was so sick of seeing him. I wasn't upgraded. It was just a really difficult battle for me. So he's not up
Ooh.
at the top for me. Uh,
Mm,
would be closer to bottom side of the middle for me, just because I was hopeless and used rewind a lot.
I think he's at least better than Goma.
Yeah,
man.
I would maybe put him.
I feel like he's in here somewhere.
Wow. I think I'm the only proponent for quad rock. I actually love him.
I let you have 3-rock.
We both loved Threok, though. Judy and I both really liked Threok.
Reoc was good.
Okay.
Quadrock is just too difficult and give me grief.
One person's saying too difficult, one saying too easy.
Yeah, so you're saying too. I think it's a nice challenge. I still think the fact that the heads split off and you have to pay attention to attacking the heads on the main body and avoiding the heads that are floating around. The fact that there potentially could be 3 heads floating around trying to attack you where you're trying to get the last one. I think even if you have like all the heart containers, even if you have the best, so even if you're fully upgraded, I still think that's an exciting fight because you're constantly on your toes.
I could see for someone who doesn't play like well, yeah, I think it depends.
Like you probably could just brute force it and take a bunch of hits and just take out all the heads,
Yeah.
but like
It's pretty easy to do.
I don't know.
Judy, where would you put it if you had a choice?
I would put it above Dig Dogger but below Triple Dongo.
Yeah, that I would have gone even lower, but Corey, you feel strong
I would-
about putting it higher.
I would have gone towards the top of the list, so I think we're probably going to have to end up putting it somewhere around the middle to be diplomatic. Because you feel it's lower, Judy feels it's towards the middle, and I feel it's higher, so we're going to have to split the difference, I think.
I couldn't put it above even Aquamantis. That'd be
Okay.
my cutoff point would be like number 7. Hey Cloud. What do you think about that? It's respectable.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Right below Aquamantis, I can dig that.
Okay, good.
That's my diplomatic. In my personal list, Quadrock would definitely be higher, but this is fine for now.
All right, cool, because we got to get to the end of this, actually. What do we got for the final level 9?
Level
We've got
9.
Patra. I know that. Palermo knows them all, but let's just do Patra since I know that one. I love Patra.
Patra is very cool. Patra's a good fight too.
Yeah,
And the different. How many Patras are there? 2 or 3?
there's 2 different Patras. There's 3 Patras, and then there's 2 different types. But
Yeah,
we got to get this over with, so we're just gonna combine it all into one Patra.
I agree. But I was gonna say that I like that the Patras have different patterns
That's true.
for like. Yeah, I think that's really cool. To be
I
honest,
try.
I'm gonna say Patra right at the top.
Right at the top. Oh my god.
I would put Patra right at the top. I think it's the best fight so far.
I was thinking because it's still somewhat stationary. Like you can stay on the outskirts, you know.
I guess, but the circle expands, right?
Yeah, it does move.
The little guys
No,
get a
which
lot
is
of
good.
movement, so.
I was just thinking I don't know. I wouldn't put it all the way at the top.
All right, we can go lower.
What do you think, Judy?
I like Patra. I would probably only put Patra below Gliac. Can't decide if I would put it above or below Gliac.
Wow.
I like it.
It is cool that it's showing up there in the end.
Yeah, again, yeah, I was just gonna say I want to make the case again that like they saved Patra until the end entirely. I think
Okay.
that's pretty sweet.
Let's just do this. I don't feel good having Patra at the top, but I think I could do that.
Yeah, I feel good about where it is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. Here we've got red and blue Moldorms, which are also new. And the ones move faster than the other, I think, is the difference. But we'll combine them. Again, it's a mini boss.
Where are these guys?
They're just little
I
Moldorms
see.
that move around on the floor, and you just, hack away at them. But it's
Do
good.
these guys move faster?
There's one that moves faster than the other. It's a new
Oh.
enemy, and it's 2 different colors, so that's kind of cool. That it's like there's
Yeah.
a new enemy with different levels.
Yeah,
They're
I like that.
yeah, they're similar to like Lamolas, I guess, but I think better.
Yeah, I think I might put
I
them
can see
like right
that.
above Landmolus then.
Yeah, easy one.
Okay,
Yeah,
better than is that it?
I would say better just because of the blue Moldorm. I think I would put it a little higher, maybe above Dig Dogger or Triple Dodongo.
I think above
But I don't-
triple Dodongo. I don't
I'm
know about
okay with
Blue
that.
Goma. I like Blue Goma.
I don't think I would go higher than Blue Goma. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've got to everybody now, so we can talk about Ganon.
Ganon,
It's just
Prince
kind of
of Darkness.
Big Daddy Ganon.
we're gonna kind of bury him. I think this is kind of a bad fight.
It's not very fun.
Gameplay wise is bad. It's a cool cutscene.
Well, I do like that you got to use the silver arrows.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's unique. That you need to use a separate weapon to give the finishing blow. I think that's a neat touch.
Yeah.
If you've never played, you're just kind of like seeing the fireballs and trying to like slash in that direction. So it feels, like there's something to it. But yeah.
I also think because of that, there is a sense of dread in this fight that's not present in some other ones. The fact that you can't see him, you're like, oh god, where is he?
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd put him above Goma.
Whoa,
Little-
dang.
What do you think?
I was thinking higher.
Oh, okay. Where?
On my personal list, I'd probably put him around like 6 or 7,
Hmm.
around Manhandler or Aquamantis. you don't really, pretty much just from the two things I mentioned, that you got to switch to the silver arrow for the final blow, and the fact that, you know, you can actually be worried if you
I don't
don't.
like this fight. I could go.
I mean, it does kind of function like you're just standing in the dark, stabbing in all different directions, so that's not that cool.
What if we met in the middle and went above triple Dodongo?
What do you think, Judy?
I think he deserves to be higher up. I really liked it.
Wow.
I mean, when I didn't know what to do, I didn't like it, but good old
Alright, very
Zelda
passionate.
Dungeon.net helped me out there, and once I knew what to do, I thought it was an enjoyable battle.
Okay. Since you guys are both passionate, what about we'll have him in the top 10 above Tri-Handlers?
Oh, that's still low. That's low.
Manhandler.
We're-
There's
For
three of 'em.
me, we're getting to a more okay spot, but I think Judy wants higher.
Yeah, I want her.
There's no way.
I meant to have him at 10.
Wait, Quadrock, that's the level 8 boss?
Yeah.
The 4 Gliacs?
Yeah.
No, he's much better than Ganon. Ganon sucks.
Yeah, I don't.
Ganon sucks.
Ganon is far better than Tri-Handlers.
I get that you both think he's up here, but I think he's right here. So that's what
I would,
and I feel
for
passionate
final-
about that.
just for final, I would say, why don't we put him above Tri-Handlers and leave it at
Please. Yeah,
Please.
you want him up there.
All right,
Do him
fine.
that dirty.
that? Okay.
All right, we gotta stop. Moss has to get going. Thanks, everybody.
So we have our list.
Yay!
Someone
It's
screenshot
definitive.
that.
Threeok is the best boss in The Legend of Zelda.
What the hell did I miss?